or sponsors.
Hi, this is Faith. Welcome to the Faith Washington Show. We will discuss life, business, leadership, family, and fun, and what happens when your view of the world expands. A wide variety of guests will provide insight on how they do business, family, and leadership in their lives. So now, here's today's show. Extensive. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening on the Faith Washington Show. We are live on Facebook and Periscope. We are also live on 95.3 FM, 1470 AM, and the iHeartRadio app. Welcome.
Thank you.
My special guest tonight is nurse practitioner Carolyn Zahlmeyer, and she owns a business in Fort Lauderdale called Low TE Florida. And we are I can't even tell you how excited I am to have her here and speaking to her and her Jill of all trades, Bonnie Serbo. What a really priceless gift tonight before the show. Carolyn, please give us a little bit of background about yourself and your business and kind of how you came here. And
Okay.
she deals with, I'm just going to let you know, folks, she deals with bioidentical hormones for men and for women, which also leads to natural weight loss. So,
Alrighty. I'm Carolyn Zahlmeyer, a nurse practitioner, and I've been prescribing hormones for over 28 years. When I first started into practice, I was working with a physician that I was sharing a desk with because I wanted to learn more and more about what I was doing. And I kept noticing that he kept writing psych referral on the patient's charts that were menopausal. And I finally went to him with a stack of charts, and I said, "These women can't all be crazy." And he says, "Oh, yes, they are." He says, "They're screaming, they're crying, they're sweaty, they're kicking." He says, "They're crazy. They need to see a psychiatrist." And I'm like, "No, I think they just need some hormones." I said, "Can I have those patients?" He says, "God bless you. You take them. I'll deliver babies. You take care of that." And I said, "Okay."
I love this.
So
I love this part of her story.
So then I focused in on it, and plus my mother was going through menopause at the same time, and I have 3 older brothers that kept calling me saying, "Fix her, fix her, fix her," because things just weren't right. And so I really focused in on it and learned how to prescribe hormones correctly. And with that, I kept getting these great phone calls from patients saying, "Oh my God, you changed my life. Oh my gosh, my husband likes me again. I like myself. I can have sex again. It's fabulous."
Wow.
And so getting these phone calls was really heady. It was like, I am changing the world here. This is fabulous. And then the Women's Health Initiative study came out in 2002 and blew our synthetic hormones right out of the water. And nobody was writing them. And we're just very fortunate. We didn't have like a civil war with all these women going off hormones at the same time.
Right.
And so at that point, it was like, we really need to focus in on bioidentical hormones. We know they're safer and they're better, but nobody was really prescribing them well. And so I decided if I was going to write for bioidentical hormones, I wanted to be the best. So I wanted to know how to prescribe it properly as far as the right medication, the right dose, and the right delivery system.
Yeah, because all of those factors are extremely important. You know, Carolyn will explain this, but, you know, every person is different. How you metabolize drugs, whether it's, you know, a pellet, a cream, a gel, an ointment, or a pill, the body is different. And so if it's not dosed appropriately, then you can get all sorts of side effects. Mm-hmm. You can doing things in a copacetic way. So that's where you came in and became like the expert across the globe. She studied with some international greats.
Yes, what I did is I researched, and I found 4 people that I needed to study under. First, I went to Salt Lake City and studied under Dr. Neil Rousier, and he's internationally known, and it was very exciting because he knows the research inside and out, and he really brought home not only the feel-good benefits of hormones, but the health benefits of the health preventing Alzheimer's, osteoporosis, arthritis. Wow. I mean, if you can prevent Alzheimer's, wouldn't you get a pellet? I mean,
yeah,
just
I
for
think
that.
we should. I think
so,
yes, everyone should get a pellet.
I was very excited when I come home from my teachings, because then I went to Orlando with Dr. Sangeeta Patty and Naples with Dr. David Rosensweet. And I'd get home and I'd be very excited about the health benefits, the feel-good benefits of the hormones. I knew it was the right thing, but I just wasn't learning how to dose it correctly. And so I was speaking with a colleague, and he says, you have to go to Texas and study under Dr. Donovitz. I said, okay. So I researched him, and I thought, okay. So I packed up, went to Texas, and studied under Dr. Donovitz, and it all came together.
Wow.
He built an algorithm, a computer program where I can personalize the dose for the patient. I can put in your age, your weight, whether you exercise, if you smoke, certain hormone levels, and certain physical characteristics. If you've had a hysterectomy, breast cancer, if you're on thyroid medication, a whole bunch of different little things to fill out and hit calculate. It populates a starting dose just for your body. So scientifically, we know exactly what your body's going to respond best to.
Love that.
So then we know exactly how much testosterone, estradiol, progesterone, thyroid, if we need to correct the thyroid, it'll tell us exactly how much to give you. And then certain nutritional recommendations, supplements, as far as omega-3s, probiotics, vitamin D3, exactly how many IUs does your body need. And it gives us a really good layout so that we can have a good plan to get you feeling your best. Because as you know, once you get your body functioning properly, it wants to do the right thing, and it can naturally slim down and have the energy, have the good sleep, good sex, the whole bit.
And that's really what this is all about. And that's kind of why you began.
Yes,
I mean, that's,
absolutely.
You know, for the benefit and the health of these women who were coming to this doctor who thought everyone was nuts, and frankly, we're not. And I think that this is what gives people hope.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting in this audience and you're male or you're female and you are having signs and symptoms of the need of hormone replacement, you know, let's say you're over the age of 35, I would say that's probably a pretty decent cusp of when those hormone levels start to change. And you're having, you know, you're cold all the time, or you're overheating, you're sweating, you're having those symptoms that you think are peri or premenopausal. Even for men, those kinds of symptoms exist. And even, you know, the signs of low testosterone are where things don't quite work as well as they used to. There's hope. That's really what you're bringing to the table, and very excitingly so, because as you said, the bioidentical hormones are much safer.
Absolutely.
We don't want to use synthetic hormones. They're not a good plan. And you create customized plans for each and every individual who walks through the door.
Absolutely.
Now, one of the things we spoke about prior to the show was that you guys are able to do this so quickly, at such rapid turnaround. They come into your office. They're going to do a consult with you. They're going to have a blood draw, and likely the next day they can come back and have their pellets inserted. And start to get some relief. And you said that it's about 4 to 6 weeks, maybe 4 weeks for the men, 6 weeks for the women, in order to start to really see some
they may
serious
notice things sooner. Like I've had many calls the very next day saying they had slept better than they had in years, for women that have sleep issues.
Wow.
And then it just can be, you know, it's so different for everybody. In a week, you may notice that, oh, sex drive's coming back. Oh, things are waking up down there. Or, oh, my energy's better. My workouts are better. I can lift heavier. I can run further. You know, it just is different things for different people as to what they'll notice. And then they'll also say, well, how long do the pellets last? Well, again, that's different. It depends on your cardiac output. So it may last somebody 3 months. It may last somebody 5 months. It just depends on what their body is doing with the pellets. And so what they'll notice is that the good things that they've noticed being corrected are going to be what they're going to notice when it starts to wear off. Like, maybe so my sleep's a little bit more, a little not as good. I may get a little hot flash or whatever. And we encourage them to call us right away, and we'll get them in so that they don't have to suffer, because life's too short to feel like crap.
Yes, I love this. This is her motto. She's not supposed to say that, but yes, life is way too short to feel like crap. Yeah, we can say that on the air. And I'm still just so blown away that the turnaround is so quick, and folks, the affordability of this blows me away. I would have believed that it would be thousands and thousands of dollars to do something like Carolyn is describing here. And she broke it down and said that if you look at this over a year's period of time, for the visits, the pellets, everything else, it's about $100 a month. And that, to me, is affordable. Don't go out to eat 1 or 2 times, and you're able to feel better, look better, and really enjoy a quality of life that 5 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, we weren't able to really have access to. And you have brought this to the everyday person so that they're able to afford and to feel great.
Yes, there's many providers that charge a whole lot more, but I do want to keep it available for housekeepers, for waitresses, for anybody.
Anybody.
Everybody likes to, hold on to their own dollar. So
Of
if they can
course.
feel good for a good amount of money, then it's all good.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. The website, folks, that you want to go to is LOWTE, LOWTE, Florida, spell it out, FLORIDA.com. And the phone number, pardon me, the phone number is 954-791-4498. That's 954-791-4498. And they can access you guys at any point. Leave a message, get on the website. And I know January 30th, this is very exciting, you guys are putting on a seminar in Fort Lauderdale, and you need to RSVP with whether you're going to make it or not. And that is going to be really basically on everything that we've just spoken about, and more in
Question
depth.
and answer,
so
no commitment.
right, so the patients can get their questions answered because we have them.
Yes. And we have Dr. Donovitz's book available.
Yes. I wanted to show you folks this. This is called Age Healthier, Live Happier. And there you go. I guess you can see that. And this is Dr. Gary Donovitz. This is the physician that she studied for the dosing and the algorithm computer program that she uses for her patients currently. And that gives a very exacting result. So this is exciting stuff, folks. And he's actually going to be in town, I believe, February 5th. Is that correct?
Yes.
I believe we may be doing a remote to interview with him and Carolyn and have a nice, exciting show from that, which would be just fabulous and fun. And here is the flyer for the 30th. And tired of being tired. Yeah, people get tired and they think, oh, well, it's just because I'm getting old. Bull. It's not true. It's your hormones, for God's sake. We got to get those hormones going, and then you'll feel better. All right. Now, aside from all these wonderful things and the science of it, because we love the science.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
the biochemistry.
Yes.
It's just exciting, and it's fun to talk about. You're also an entrepreneur, and you are a published author. You are a speaker. You've been all over the place discussing not just the hormone therapy, but also about being a businesswoman and starting your practice. Give me one challenge that you've had over the years as an entrepreneur, just something that the audience can kind of listen to and go, hey, you know what? That's me right now. Or maybe that's something I've been through or might have gone through. And maybe a way for them to avoid that pitfall.
Sure. Well, what I think is key is when you're contemplating becoming an entrepreneur, even if you haven't even committed to it yet, is you really need to evaluate your own strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
And I've written a couple textbooks on entrepreneurship for nurse practitioners on how to start a practice. I was the first one in Florida to do so years ago. And I have that in my book. And when I was doing the practice myself, actually weighing out my strengths and weaknesses, I identified a funny thing that I really hate talking about money. I just hate talking about it to the point that my CPA laughs at me, and it was in my book that I'd rather go for a pap smear than to discuss money. So rather than discuss my taxes, it just isn't comfortable for me. And so I've had to work to overcome that because I know that's one of my big weaknesses. And I'm there now. I can do it, but I don't like it.
Right. It's sales because the thing is that most people look at the money aspect of being an entrepreneur as sales. And there's one thing that I've learned over the years is that it's not sales. You're enrolling other people in what you love.
It wasn't really that. It was more just that I'm not good at math. I don't like it. And so I had to hand that over. So, I have a bookkeeper, I have a CPA.
Perfect.
So finding the right people to do what are not my strengths, I think that was key.
That's critical too. That's all part of being that visionary in your own business and saying, hey, listen, this is what I'm great at. I'm going to stick to that. You folks just come over here and take care of these other little pieces, and that way it frees me up to do what I love to do.
Yeah.
And I think that that's critical, folks, to to do that evaluation. And it has to be a really honest evaluation.
Yep. It's pen and paper.
Yeah.
Just write it out.
I don't love the admin portion of the coaching. It's just, to me, I really don't love it. I really don't love it. But somebody's got to do it.
There you go. Yeah.
Currently, I do it.
We'll find you somebody.
Oh, you're so kind. You know something? I just want to encourage people to take the time, make the phone call, go on the website. Please, please, please make it just a consultation to go down and see Carolyn and allow her to really speak into your life and make a different choice, because you don't have to feel like crap. You can truly step out in faith and know that there's somebody's capable hands that you will be in. And to me, that's exciting. I want to go want to circle back a little bit about some of the symptoms again of low testosterone, low estrogens, so that the audience can maybe hear a little more clearly.
Yeah.
Okay.
The top three that people tend to pick up the phone over are weight gain.
Okay.
That extra thing around the middle. If I had $1 for every woman that grabbed their midsection and said, "What the hell is this?"
Yes.
I used to have a flat stomach. What happened? And so it's a weight gain, fatigue, just feeling so tired, losing half of the day, falling asleep at the computer, and then the sex drive. The sex drive is inherently from testosterone, and women can start losing it in their 30s. And so I'll have younger girls coming in saying, "I've had no sex drive." I'll test their blood. Their testosterone's so low you can't measure it. I do a gentle correction, and they get, because they're like, "I've got a great life, I've got a great husband, a great career, the whole thing.
Got to
but I
keep
don't
everybody happy."
Yeah, but I don't have it. And once we correct it, it changes their life. I mean, it changes it. And so that's starting at 35. And I've got guys that have tanked at 35 as well as women. And for guys, a lot of times they'll notice the weight gain, the fatigue. They'll want to sit on the couch. They won't want to get out, hit the remote, and just kind of lose your zest for life.
Even anxiety and depression.
Anxiety and depression. I thought that would get better as you get older, but I'm seeing that it's getting worse for a lot of older people.
Because
so
of
correcting that.
Because of that drop in the hormones.
Yep.
And the simple correction.
And we're able to help some people wean off their antidepressants, which is key. I mean,
and anti-anxiety agents.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And the sleep.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
The sleeping pills, that make you lose your memory. Okay. Ambien users. Okay. It's not a good thing.
Not good. Yeah.
Restoril, Temazepam, folks, that stuff's got to go.
Yeah.
This is where it needs to
testosterone
be.
actually helps you get your sleep back. And it's incredible. But there's a whole host of other things that people may notice as far as, like you said, the hot flashes, night sweats, brain fog, low energy.
Yeah, brain fog. Let's talk about brain fog just a little bit. Maybe people aren't familiar with that, but that's kind of when you just simply are not, you don't have a lot of clarity. There's this lack of being able to, as you normally would dive into your day and choose, well, I know I need to do this, and this, and you're just not seeing it that way.
And you just kind of get into a I don't care kind of mood, with that brain fog. And I have one gentleman, he's an attorney that I've been correcting for about 3 years, and he says that he knows he needs to call me when he loses his focus. Ooh. He'll be working on a project, and his mind is here, and it's here, and he says, "I need a pellet. I need to go get my pellets." And so then he calls and gets in and gets his pellets. But it's different for everyone as to what they notice, and it can just be that second half of the day. Before I optimized my hormones, I was exhausted by the time I got home from work. And I was making excuses for myself, like, oh my gosh, I've been dealing with patients with cancer, it's emotional, the whole thing. And then once I optimized my hormones, when I got home, I was like, hey, let's go out, let's paint the baseboards, clean the garage, do the whole thing. And so it's like it really did give me the second half of my life back, because it's just like my goal was to feed and walk my dogs, put my jammies on, pour a mug of wine, and hit the couch. I mean, I was just that beat, and it really was like a night and day change for me.
That's incredible. Yeah. You got your life back.
I did.
And that's really, I just can't say enough about this, because it's so exciting that people can hear this and have hope.
Yeah. I can give people hope, and then I can actually deliver and make it happen. And I love my practice. I love coming to work every day. I love meeting new people. I sit down face to face with every patient that comes in there and
Personal
get to know
touch.
them, learn about their health history and their life history and where they are, the home life, and see what we can do to make them feel better. And then we do it.
And that to me is just simply amazing. And how often will people need to come back to see you? You were saying something about sometimes the pellets will last 3 months to 5 months.
It just depends on the
person's
patient.
metabolism and what's going on with their body fat levels.
What we try to plan on is for women, the whole steps of it is you come in for a consultation. Then we do your blood draw. Then the next day we can pellet you. And then we have you come back either 4 to 6 weeks later for a blood draw just to see how your body is utilizing the hormones.
Or if it is.
Yeah, well, it will be. But the thing is, if you start training for a marathon, it's on cardiac release. It's not time release. It's when the little blood vessels, blood corpuscles are passing by and picking up the hormone.
Okay.
So if your pressure is higher, if you're exercising,
if you're more active,
exactly, you're going to get a better benefit.
You're going to utilize.
And you're going to feel better.
Okay, got it.
And so it just depends on your body and what you're going through, your stress, your exercise, the whole bit. But we plan on women for about 3 months. We have a reminder for them to check in with themselves. If they're feeling great and want to go a little bit further and see how long they can go, God bless you, do it. But just remember to get in before your hormones dip down to the early the way it was when they first came in.
Yeah, you don't want those high peaks and valleys.
Right.
That's really uncomfortable.
Men is usually we send them a reminder at 5 months, and so that they can check in with themselves. And some guys can go up to 7 months. You know, I had one girl that was every 6 months. So it's just different on their lifestyle.
Huh, that's interesting. But it's interesting that it's also the cardiovascular activity that can amp it up.
If you're a couch potato, you may not get the full benefit, you know, because you're not exerting yourself and
causing the blood to flow.
Exactly.
So you want people, even if people are relatively inactive, get out and walk.
Yeah,
get
20,
out
30
walk.
minutes.
Yeah, 20, 30. It's healthy for your heart anyway.
And your mind.
Yes.
I mean, getting out and getting that fresh air. Yeah.
Agreed. I really believe that too. I believe in the grounding, sticking your feet in the earth or the sand or going to the beach, doing the things that really help to nourish the body. Yeah. And you guys believe in meditating, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Do you meditate daily?
Oh, absolutely. And my brother teaches it, and his wife do. They teach meditation over in Tampa.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So do they come over frequently to kind of...
Yeah. I think they're napping when they say they're meditating. But I keep peeking in there. I think they're just sleeping a lot.
I think he's going to be watching the show.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I just simply love it. All right. So once again, we have the phone number to reach Carolyn at 954-791-4498. And also you can access Dr. Donovitz's book. Where can they get this on Amazon?
They can get it at
Amazon.com.
Well, they can get it at our website for free.
Oh,
it's on our homepage on the website, lowteflorida.com.
Okay.
And you just input your information. We mail it to you the next day.
Free copy of Dr. Donovitz's book. Please avail yourselves of this, folks. This is like so critically important just to be able to read it. It is a relatively short book, just packed with information. And I think that it's something that everybody should really have in their library so that they're able to discuss these kinds of things and then come to Carolyn and get the help that you really need.
And you can order one and give it to a friend in case you have somebody that's a little cranky, has the 7 dwarves of menopause, itchy, bitchy, sweaty, psycho. And it goes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's tough there.
Yeah.
You know, people don't realize that those symptoms don't really have to follow them around. Yeah. And I think sometimes it's so subtle that sometimes people don't notice.
No. You may not notice yourself, but somebody else may.
People around you, like your family, your kids, your spouse.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to take that stuff seriously because living in the same household, it's something that behooves you to do and really be able to keep your family intact. Tell me some other things that you believe that your patients would benefit from knowing. Okay, so they come in, they see you, they get pelletized. I mean, what else do they need to know?
We look at the whole picture. If they need nutritional counseling, we work with that. We really work with the nutritional supplements,
right?
absolutely, because we have we just know that if we can optimize not only their hormones, their thyroid, and their nutrients, we're going to get a far better result than if we're just shooting at just the hormones or just the thyroid. It's the whole thing, getting all those wheels in the body turning in the right direction, functioning properly, so their body has a shot at working properly, having good sleep, having good thoughts, good memories, good relations, the whole bit.
Yes, I think those really positive thoughts are a key portion of how our bodies operate, because it sends chemical signals into your biochemistry every single time you have a positive or a negative thought. And when that occurs, then you optimize that environment, not just with the hormones, but with the supplements and the right foods. Now, are you a proponent of any specific kind of foods for people to eat?
It depends on the person, because we do have a lot of vegans that come in with their own, set of rules, and vegetarians, and I tend to encourage a higher protein diet, just especially if they're trying to lose weight. Knock out the white stuff, the sugar, the flour, rice, potatoes. If they can do that, their body can naturally slim down on its own. And alcohol.
Yes, well, that makes for a fatty liver, and it makes it very difficult for your body to digest the supplements and even digest the food, is when you are constantly feeding it the alcohol.
And it disrupts the sleep as well.
Right. Oh, big time. Big time. People don't realize that, though.
No,
they don't
that's at
think
3
about
o'clock
it.
in the morning.
Yes, that's the high cortisol levels, the 3 a.m. It means your cortisol levels are off the chain. We don't want that. And this normalizes that as well.
Absolutely. When you correct the hormones and the thyroid, your adrenals correct as well.
Yeah,
and
so that's like an automatic
Absolutely.
plan.
So we don't have to chase the numbers of the cortisol or anything like that. We know that once we get your hormones balanced out, your thyroid balanced out, your nutritional supplements balanced out, you're going to have a fabulous result.
I love this. And just so fun, so fun. So give them the phone number, look into the camera, and tell them your phone number.
Alrighty, it's 954-791-4498. And you can always go on to LOW, T as in Tom, E as in Edward, Florida, spelled out.com.
Thank you so much for joining us, Carolyn. I really appreciate it.
My
appreciate
pleasure.
your time, and hopefully you'll come back. I would love that.
Absolutely.
And we are once again live on Facebook, Periscope, 95.3 FM, 1470 AM, and the iHeartRadio app. Thank you so much for watching The Faith Washington Show. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye. You've been listening and watching The Faith Washington Show, where we have widened your view of the world. Our guests share their business, family, and fun life hacks to make your world better. Hope you've learned something to apply to your life and business.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those